Welcome back to Table Talk. I'm Bryan Kell, and I'm with the county mayor of one of the most special places, I think, in Tennessee, and that's Cumberland County. And the reason I say that, I spent a lot of time at Cumberland Mountain State Park.
Yep.
Love that place. Just throwing that in as a.
I would agree with you.
Yeah,
it's a very special place.
We go back a long ways with my family in that place, and so with you being the county mayor of a place that's very dear to the Kells, I thank you for the job you're doing up there.
Thank you.
So we're talking about the job that you're doing up there. You working alongside the county commission, and I know that you ran on a lot of points of focus for the folks of Cumberland County, and so I thought we'd touch on some of those that I know have been very important to you. One of the top ones that probably as a county mayor is new jobs and new opportunities for Cumberland County. You want to talk a little bit about that? Yeah,
we have had a new job announcement since I've been the mayor. One of our porcelain tile producers added well over 100 jobs. Will add well over 100 jobs. I believe it was 150 to 170 jobs. With a large expansion. One of the other things we've been doing, even during my time as a commissioner, is we have tried, the city has an industrial park. It's called the Interchange Business Park. It's on 127, kind of across the road from Shoney's in Cumberland County up there. And we've been working with the city in partnership to try and get that to be a Select Tennessee certified site, which is a big deal. It means you've got all the infrastructure available, and you got to meet all the check boxes on the state of Tennessee. And we recently got that accomplished, maybe a year ago, not quite. But what we did was we partnered with the city to create a pad. We had some people come in and visit, and it's a little bit of rock and hills up in Cumberland County, but some people just couldn't visualize it.
Right.
So we partnered. We got a grant from the state of Tennessee. It was a 50-50 grant. The state put in $500,000, and the city and the county matched that with $250,000 each, and we just flattened a big 20-acre site. And it's got a nice gravel pad, so that work is out of the way. It's done. I believe it was 260,000 square feet. I mean, we've got a big pad there. So that's something that's just waiting. We're trying to get the right person on that. And one of the things we've done, criteria to be able to buy that, is that you need to offer a job that's 10% higher than the average wage. So, we want to help the people of Cumberland County, not just with any job, but with a good job.
Right. That it's definitely one of those as far as new opportunities and new jobs. Another one that's important to you. You kind of already touched on this just a little bit. Infrastructure. Infrastructure is
a big thing, and to me, I think people think I'm the broadband mayor in Cumberland County. I hear that.
Well, you do have an IT background, right?
I do have an IT background. That's where I come from. But broadband is just one part of it. We've been working with Middle Tennessee Natural Gas. We're their largest customer, and they are on a tens of millions of dollar expansion project right now to bring another line of natural gas into Cumberland County. Infrastructure is extremely important. We have, roads are important. We're working with TDOT trying to get I'd like to see the 4-lane road all the way on Highway 127 from the interstate all the way through to Highway 62 in Fentress County. Now, you can do anything you want. You can do workforce development. You can give money for industrial pads. You can do anything, but access to a road is the first step. None of that's going to matter if you don't have a good road. But we're also working on a water supply issue. We got water for right now, but we want to have water for people 50 years from now. So there's a lot of things with infrastructure, and that's how you get your industry. That's how you get your retail. Is you have to have that.
Something that's always very important to counties, and that's education.
Well, I remember back in 2002 when I ran for the school board, my slogan was putting kids first. I still got so many signs from that. They're actually good targets now, but that was my slogan, putting kids first. And I got into this over education. That's where I started. So education is a passion of mine. If you getting kids out of generational poverty is extremely important. That's why I believe in mentoring programs. We've got Kids on the Rise that help with things like that. But we also, 2 years ago, as I was a commissioner, I was chairman of the budget committee, and we got a project through for a new elementary school, Crab Orchard Elementary. There's a school there now, but the way they've done it, they've built the school basically beside the existing school. So here in another, a couple months, probably September, sometime in that time frame, that school, the new part's going to open, the kids are going to transition over, and the demolition work will start. That, along with some work at Cumberland County High School, was about a $12 million plus dollar project, and it's all about to come to fruition.
Yeah, I think anybody that goes after their master's degree, like you, education is pretty important, and I think you're a proud graduate of Tennessee Tech.
Yeah, my wife and I both have our bachelor's and our master's degree from Tech. My daughter is a Tech graduate as an RN, and she's actually in the first cohort of students there that are she's getting her pediatric nurse practitioner degree. It's a doctorate degree now.
Wow.
And so she wants to be a pediatric nurse practitioner. And my son is in school there right now in athletic training. He actually started out playing football there for a year before he had a concussion too many. And we're Tech school, and we believe in education.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it a clutch? A group of eagles or something along that? You kind of got a clutch
Yes,
of all Golden Eagles up there.
But another part of the education that we have in Cumberland County is our TCAT, our local school. The skills are they're in such demand right now, and people, college isn't for everyone. There's something that next degree, that certificate, that training. I know they're having trouble keeping people in those programs because as soon as they get just a little bit of training, they're being hired out, which that's a good problem.
And we'll give a brief little tease right now. When you brought up TCAT, be watching for that Connect magazine to be coming out, because we've got a lot coming out on TCAT when we're talking about our education special. So just a little tease out there for TCAT, because they do a wonderful job throughout our entire area.
It's a very valuable resource.
Yes, absolutely. Well, speaking of resources, public safety, you can't have enough resources probably going to that, but that's one of your main focuses too, as you were
It
moving
is,
in this job.
from the Sheriff's Department this year, I mentioned the sheriff finally should be getting some new road deputies in this new budget. 3, he hasn't had any in decades. Over the 8 years I was commissioner, we went from 0 county supplied SRO officers, so we're one of the counties that has an SRO officer in every school. That's probably close to $500,000 of the budget every year, but it's something that we felt was important. But another thing that's important to Cumberland County is our emergency medical services, our ambulances. Some people may or may not know, but if you are taking a ride in one of the ambulances in Cumberland County, it's a county-owned facility. So we run that. We have the only vent unit of a skilled nursing facility in the Upper Cumberland. And so we recently put all our paramedics through vent and got them vent certified. Then the state gave us a couple of ventilators to put on our ambulances. They're on loan, so if there's an emergency, they can take them back. But we got all of our paramedics vent certified, and we actually just had our first 2 go through the critical care certification. And all that's important to providing health care and the first responder. One of the other things that I'm very proud to have worked on, from probably my first week in office, I've been working to get the first responder program going again. And that goes through our volunteer fire department. People can volunteer with the fire department, they get their training, and they can be a first responder throughout Cumberland County. We got that finally started, I believe it was June. And so we're going with that. So public safety is a priority.
Well, I know that when you're in the county executive seat or the county mayor's seat, there's way more areas of focus than just the ones we've talked about. What's some other areas that I know that are on your front burners here, I guess?
Well, one of the things that's very important to Cumberland County is the census. And that's actually important to all the counties around here. But it's important that everybody participate in that census, because that is the way districts are divided, funds are given out, and we're starting a campaign. From my office, I've created a complete count committee, and we are really going to be getting the word out about the importance of the census. One of the unique things that we've got, I want to say we're the 3rd in the Upper Cumberland, 2nd or 3rd in the Upper Cumberland, but we have a My Ride program that just started off. It's a volunteer ride share program, and when I was campaigning, one of the things I heard a lot was transportation needs for the older population.
County.
Yeah, especially for the older population. You got people that are still able to get out and do things, but driving is just a little bit past what they're able to do. So we've worked with UCHRA and rolling out the My Ride program. My office can get more information for anybody that might be interested in that, but there's an age limit and certain other things, but I believe it's a $25 membership and then $2 per ride. So it's something very affordable. We have some other things in transportation coming soon that we'll be announcing probably, maybe in August, but probably September, that's going to help with public transportation in Cumberland County as well.
Any other points, I guess, that we need to touch on or that are kind of sitting out there for you?
People are going to start noticing, and maybe already have, we've got a couple of county parks, one in Westall and the big one is the Obed River Park over by our community complex. And we found some grants and some ways to upgrade those parks. They've kind of slipped in the past few years, and we're going to have those upgraded via grant money. So hopefully we can have beautiful parks without cost to the county taxpayers.
Well, I know that you've talked about communicating and being able to get that out to folks. And one thing that in checking out, I mean, you talked about this off air too, it's very important for you and I think for your elected officials to be able to communicate with the folks of Cumberland County. I think you'll do an excellent job for that.
Thank you.
You can go to cumberlandcountytn.gov and then out of that, a slew of information waits for folks, right?
We have just undergone in my office, not only am I the county mayor, I'm the IT guy for Cumberland County.
Go figure, right?
So yeah, with my background, but we have a completely revamped website. I think it looks better and it flows better. We're trying to get the information out there for the public. If anybody has a suggestion, they can contact my office. We reply to all those suggestions. Like you say, cumberlandcountytn.gov. It has the latest news. It talks about my ride on there. It talks about what our EMS department's done, and that's good. The news will be kept updated on there. But we also added, starting, I believe it was yesterday, we got events. Yeah. Some of the local nonprofit events and things that are going on at, say, our community complex or with the downtown Crossville activities that are going on. All those are on there as well.
But other ways that you guys, I know, talk to folks, and you in particular, social media is very important to that, I guess. Safe to say.
Yeah, social media is very important. I have a Facebook page. I've got Instagram. I also have an email media that I've got several subscribers to, and anybody that wants to sign up for that can do so at the county website or at my website, alanfoster.net. I've been doing that since 2002 when I was on the school board. Yeah. And so, I started out with a small list. It's grown and grown, and I do at least monthly emailing, and it's the same article that'll come out in the paper. But if you want it the night of the commission meeting or the night of whatever's happening, you can sign up for my newsletter and get that, and you'll be in the loop and in the know as soon as I am.
That's right. And besides notes, obviously both I think on the county side and on yours too, I know that the budgets are sitting out there, not just for this year, but even from previous years as well. And so tons of information that all kick off at cumberlandcountytn.gov. It's a great resource, whether you live in Cumberland County or you just want to find out what all's going on.
That's right.
Like you said.
Links to economic development. We have the county rules. People want to know how the county commission operates. So we've got the county commission rules out there, documents of interest, all kinds of things.
We've got a couple of minutes left here, Mayor. Again, I'm talking with Cumberland County Mayor Alan Foster, and as we wrap things up, one thing that I think's always impressed a lot of folks about Cumberland County is that you seem to live and be able to coexist within two different worlds. It not only is it a great place to retire to, but it's also a great place to be able to work from, and to be able to have, I guess, both of those worlds under one roof of Cumberland County. That's exciting, I think.
It is. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, and like I said, I moved back to Cumberland County because I think it's the greatest place you could ever live. We're so blessed. We've got so many natural resources. We have some things that we need to work on, but we're there, and the people are there, and everybody's just willing right now. We got a really good vibe, spirit, whatever. We got a really good thing going right now in Cumberland County. It's an exciting time to be there.
Well, as we wrap things up here, any final thoughts from you to either to the folks of Cumberland County or just folks from surrounding counties that are watching?
Well, one of the things I want the public to know is that we are working on retail. That is Mayor James Mayberry. He is all about getting some new retail into Cumberland County. We've worked with the state of Tennessee. We've had good access. We're blessed to have good state representation with our hopefully soon to be Speaker of the House, Cameron Sexton, and Senator Paul Bailey. Exciting times. And so that helps us to be able to get in and talk to these people. I want everybody to know that I'm in Nashville a lot, and because it's about relationships. Everything in life is about relationships, and we need to know these commissioners and the other politicians that make these decisions. So we are working on trying to get some new retail in there. And the other thing that we've really done just from the county side is we've added a human resources position. I know some people think, why did you add human resources? What a waste of money. I'll tell you what, it's the furthest thing from the truth. Human resources is a savings of money. Even if there is a little bit of cost, we're actually redoing all of our personnel policies, and we're doing training that's never been done before. So we're trying to move this thing in the right direction.
Well, we appreciate you coming our direction down here to Channel 6 and be able to spend some time with you and talk about the great county of Cumberland County.
Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So thanks so much to Alan Foster for being able to come down and talk about all things happening with Cumberland County. We're going to wrap up Table Talk, and until we come back to you from this table once again, we'll catch you later here on BLTV Channel 6 Table Talk. Thank you for watching.